Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here, and I am a half a theater geek.
Monkey's here as well, and I am a full theater geek who, until recently, did not see Rent. I know, blasphemy, right?
I know, what's up with that? What's up with that, Monkey? Well, at least we've gotten that changed. At least we've
Yeah.
corrected that. And this is 1.5 Theater Geeks. Yeah! Woo! I should have had the Google sound effects ready to go.
Oh, there are sound effects too? Huh?
Oh, I'm pretty sure there are, yeah. Let me pull them up.
That's wonderful.
But anyways, yes, Monkey, you are a big-time theater geek, and obviously I have an interest in theater. Almost 100%. Oh, there's a beard. Oh, don't ignore the beard. Ignore the beard. Oh God.
I can't even see the beard, so.
Well. Oh God, yeah, get rid of that. That's left over from the Mine Train podcast.
Yeah, they worked well for that. So.
Yes, they did. Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my God, that sounded like the mine ride. Speaking of
Oh God, now I have hearts for some reason. Jesus Christ, I'm never playing with these Google effects again. The hearts were from the Top 10 Animated Couples podcast. Okay, we're ready to go. God, all that glitching out just to get a sound effect. Okay. So, Monkey, yes. I don't know. This is just a big one. I mean, like I said, this is pretty much the reason why I am into theatrical stuff at all. Like, this is probably by far my favorite musical I've ever seen. I started with the movie, definitely. I definitely got interested in this whole source material from the movie. I thought the trailers for the movie were actually really good. It's kind of a shame the movie underperformed. But
movie was like 05, right?
05, yeah. But I don't know. I saw the movie and I really, really, really liked it, obviously. And then, lo and behold, they came out with the final performance on DVD.
Broadway. Yeah.
And that's what you watched as well.
Yes,
and
I did watch that.
And so I became somewhat obsessed with that when it came out as a kid. I would watch it all the time. I would watch both of them all the time. This is big time stuff for me, man. So I don't know. Let's just dive right into it. Oh boy, what was that?
La Boheme. Have you ever seen any form of that version?
No. Okay, I'm glad you brought that up. La Boheme, yeah. This play is definitely it's written by Jonathan Larson. I guess a little bit of background before we get into the actual thing. Jonathan Larson, he was very much living the lifestyle that is present in this play, the starving artist lifestyle. He has an extremely tragic story because literally the night before this play premiered on Broadway, wait, no, it was off Broadway, actually, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It was and then it moved to Broadway. But the night this play premiered, or the night before, he tragically died. And it was because, I believe, of some, freak, incredibly rare blood disease or something like that. And
I can look it up right now.
No, don't worry about it. It's some sort of blood disease. It doesn't matter the actual. But yeah, it's just this show would have just made his life so. It would have just fulfilled everything in his life. Seeing the show blossom the way that it did and become a cultural milestone.
Yeah,
kind of
who knows what he might have done after that.
Exactly, yeah. Kind of one of the big. It's really kind of one of the big generation-defining things to come out of the 90s.
Yeah. Well, how much of the show's success do you think has anything to do with his passing?
Well, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't necessarily think that it wouldn't have been as big if he didn't die. I think it would have been just as big. I don't know. Why are you saying that it kind of got a little bit of a Heath Ledger Joker kind of curiosity going on?
I don't know. It's a possibility that's probably been brought up somewhere. I'm not trying to be a conspiracist or anything, but if I use that word right, but
I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
it's just this show just it's so goddamn relatable, and it speaks to. I mean, it's just tailor made to speak to every single demographic, every single race, culture. It's brings them all together. It's a tale that we can all relate to, and but yeah. Anyways, with the La Boheme thing, he definitely based this on the opera. It's an Italian opera, right?
I believe so. I would assume
Yeah.
so.
Okay. Yeah. And
Yeah.
your audio just cut out.
Well,
Okay.
anyway.
Whatever. It's fine. La Boheme. I don't know much about it, but all I know is that he basically took the characters and kind of like reimagined them. Like there's like the character of Mark is based on a character of Marcello, who I believe is a playwright. And then
And I'm looking at it says painter.
oh, painter, okay. I'm sorry. And then what was Roger?
Roger was a poet.
A poet. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. And so, it just has all these parallels, and but the interesting thing is that La Boheme was very much it took place in an extremely nice setting, for lack of a better word, and it's very just operatic and just fancy and whatnot. Whereas Rent is just ugly and dirty and just filled with profanity and
It's still mostly sung.
Yes, it is still mostly sung. I haven't sat through La Boheme because, let's face it, I don't have the patience to sit through a 2.5 hour opera that's completely in a language I don't understand.
Would you have subtitles?
I tried looking it up on YouTube, and the version I found on YouTube did not have subtitles. I'm sure they're available, but even with subtitles, I think it'd still try my patience. Oh god. But so anyways, yeah, that's basically he just decided to take that whole philosophy. I believe
Well, it was another guy's idea, right? And then Larson helped out.
was it? Okay, I don't know. I'm not
Or
Jesus Christ.
I'm looking. Was it? I'm on Wikinews. In 1988, playwright Billy Aronson wanted to create a musical based on Puccini's La Boheme, yada yada yada. Jonathan Larson, he began collaborating on the project. He composed a few songs. Larson suggested the setting and came up with the title. In '91, he asked Aronson if he could use the original concept and make Rent his own. And they made an agreement that if the show went to Broadway, Aronson would share in the proceedings.
Okay, great. So, yeah, that's basically it. And yeah, it's just a whole lot of, just a whole lot of it's basically the ultimate starving artist musical. I mean, that's essentially what it is. So, so with that in mind, you want to get right into it and kind of recap the whole thing?
Okay.
Okay, so just one thing to kind of bring up a little bit. The difference between Act 1 and Act 2 being as though it's very much structurally kind of opposite, whereas Act 1 takes place
like
more or less in real time over the course of a night.
Yeah.
And then Act 2 takes place literally just fast forward over the course of a year.
Yeah.
I think Act 1 is by far the stronger act. I mean, there's not to say there's not good stuff in Act 2, and it doesn't all come together really well, but Monkey, for me, Act 1 is the greatest first act I've ever seen in pretty much anything. What do you think? Did it stick out to you as much as it did me?
Kind of like, I guess I might as well just kind of mention my overall opinion of the show. It exists. It's like
oh no.
So hey, it's not. I'm not saying that. I don't mean that necessarily in a negative way. It's just I don't. It's kind of not really a negative or a positive opinion. Just kind of Yeah.
I saw it. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
I guess we kind of take it one by one.
It has its merits and its detractors.
Oh yeah. I mean, I definitely think most of the flaws kind of exist in Act 2 structurally. Would you agree with that? Would you agree that Act 1's stronger?
Well, in Act 1 you have like two different couples. They're like, hi, we just met. I love you. Okay, that's probably a bit of an exaggeration, but yeah.
Okay.
Okay, admittedly, I may be a bit of a... Okay.
I think it's implied that Mimi's been crushing on Roger for a while, because they live in the same building.
Oh.
It's not explicitly stated, but that's pretty much what I got from it. I don't think it's like one day she just randomly is just like, oh, I'm just gonna... Because with Light My Candle, it's like she comes in and she has very clear intentions of when to get with this guy. You know what I mean? So it's like they haven't just met. It's not, what I'm saying is that, you know what I mean?
Okay, so that wasn't clear to me, I guess, with them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
and then
I may be a bit of a hypocrite in this thing, so you have things like Disney movies or All Shook Up. Like, I love All Shook Up, but nothing. You have people just getting together and like it's in like a little over 24 hours. Like, spoiler alert, near the end, two people are like, "You like Shakespeare? Yeah, I like Shakespeare. Yeah, we both like Shakespeare." Next morning, they get married. They barely know each other.
Oh my.
But,
of course, Urinetown masterfully made fun of that whole
trope. Urinetown and All Stuck Up are... Well, Rent is more serious than those two.
Oh, yeah. Oh, big time, yeah.
Urinetown and Shook Up are more cartoonish, you could say.
I see. Yeah, so... but, I don't know, with the Collins and Angel relationship, I like it because it's literally developing in real time. Like, they're kind of feeling out their feelings for each other. And it kind of just comes to a head with I'll Cover You. I will admit it is a little bit like a Disney moment where it's just like, oh, it's like I failed you and you failed me and we spent a couple hours together hanging out and god damn it, now we're in love.
Yeah, I feel like I have a note that references that somewhere in here. Speaking of Angel, okay, so like I remember before I mentioned like I was worried I was a bit apprehensive about her, and watching the Broadway, that wasn't the case. I mean, honestly, it was just kind of like like I've been saying with the show, like, yeah, she's there. The death scene was
because you were afraid that she'd be a little overly flamboyant.
Or like maybe, okay, so I frequent TV tropes, and I'd seen stuff on there like some people find her really annoying, so that.
That's surprising to me because I think she's one of the more popular characters at least in terms of Brett fans.
I can see either way.
Yeah. So and again, it probably does have to do with the performer too.
Yeah, again, and some of the stuff from my impressions probably do have to do with how it's done in that filmed Broadway.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
However, something I read about on TV tropes that I was not fond of. So now that I've seen it, yeah, I'm not fond of it. Evita.
Wait, what?
Evita. Yeah, so hi.
It's probably the most cheesy moment in the whole play.
Oh, I can see it now. Yeah, but
no. Oh, you can see me, really?
Yeah, you're frozen, but okay. Oh. So, anyway, so Evita. So this weird running joke that really didn't need to be there unless it was executed. Like, hi, this is my girlfriend. Hi, I murdered a dog. Someone asked me to murder a dog, and I did it. And then, yeah, it is kind of funny. It turns out to be Benny's dog, but still, it's so weird. And then later near the end, you're paying for the person who killed your dog.
I think that's the reason why it's in there.
Here's the thing. If the dog's death was like, okay, let's say the circumstances of its death were different. Like, it was an accident, then it probably would have worked better. But no, it's just murdering an animal. No.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from, for sure.
Yeah, you could have just taken that whole, and it wouldn't have any effect on the rest of the show, even. But
and it's
no,
weird
let's kill an
because
animal just for laughs.
yeah, and it's weird because like Today for You is like not only Angel's big song, but also like one of the taglines of the entire show. And you're right, it is based entirely around animal killing. Jesus Christ.
Like, hey, I want you to kill this animal. Okay.
Okay, I'll do it. Yeah. Oh, God. I do really like the payoff, though, with that moment with Collins and Benny in the second act. But anyways, you want to kind of go through it, like, beat by beat?
I guess.
All right, so
yeah, just saying, my memory may be a little spotty, but
yeah, well, we'll figure it out. But it starts with a little bit of exposition from Mark. I believe
literally my first note is Expo Open.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, isn't that kind of like how Shakespeare plays usually open with a character just explicitly coming on stage and stating what's going on?
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that's what was happening with that. I'm pretty sure that's Larson paying homage to Shakespeare with Shakespeare's prologues.
Yeah. And what if this was based on a Shakespeare play? What would that be like? Like if Jonathan Larson adapted a Shakespeare play into a musical?
Oh my. Oh God. Oh, what one would he do?
Let's see. Well, also, if he does a tragedy, will they still die in the end?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this isn't a Disney movie because people do die. Well, I mean, people die in Disney movies, but I will admit that the Mimi thing, it's a little cheap, but you're kind of jumping around a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what I do like about the execution of the play, though? I like that from the very beginning, the actors pretty much openly acknowledge that they're on stage. Because it's like when Mark's given his exposition, people are running around and setting stuff up for, setting scenes up. And I just like how open the whole thing is. I like the fact that
they do like establish a format and keep it consistent with that.
Exactly, yeah. And I really like how in some scenes they'll just have racks of costumes in the background and stuff like that, and it just
not sure if I noticed that.
Oh, you didn't? Yeah.
Maybe I didn't. Maybe I saw them and I didn't realize that's what it was. But
I think it's really cool because it just kind of blurs the line between theater and real life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
stylistic choices.
Yeah. All right, so we get to Mark's kind of laying out the whole thing. You're right, it is a little exposition heavy, like. I don't know, but I think the exposition works because he's doing the documentary. That is a nice little plot device. You know what I mean? So he's literally narrating everything. So I think that's a creative way to, kind of literally be like, oh, here's Roger. His girlfriend April left a note saying we got AIDS before slid her wrist in bathroom. Subtle, Mark. Subtle.
Oh, I'll get to subtlety sometime later.
Oh God. Oh no. Okay. So, what do you think of What do you think of how the voicemails are done in this play?
I just remember I have this look like how, some phone messages are done just standing in a microphone, and others are at an actual phone. That was interesting.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know. Avenue Q is inconsistent with that, so more hypocrisy on my part.
Woohoo!
Funny. Another show that was produced by the same people. Funny.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah, like Kevin McCullum and I forget the other guy's name.
Okay. Huh. So basically, we get a little bit of background, and then the power blows when we get into Rent. And so, what do you think of this song, the title song of the play?
Let's see. Here's the note I wrote.
Okay.
Not gonna pay. Okay, have fun on the street.
Oh God.
Yeah, I have to admit, like everybody's willingness to just break the law was a bit off-putting. I'll admit.
Okay, well,
like that happens throughout the show. Well, I'm not familiar with, I'm not exactly an expert on like all that familiar with, their with the culture of these people. So maybe that's part of it. Maybe that was a hindrance for me watching this and like getting it. I don't know. And I don't know. Maybe in some spots more than others.
Like for me, I have definitely hung out with counterculture people before. It's kind of the circle I run in. So I guess I can kind of relate way more to these people, which is interesting because you're a big theater person and they're big theater people. So I don't know, but I guess the whole like pseudo bohemian lifestyle and like you said, like breaking the law.
I'm not even clear on what bohemia is personally.
Neither am I.
I think the closest or maybe I know what it is and I just don't know that I know what it is. Probably the closest I've gotten maybe. What?
It's an abstract term. It really is. It's like hipster.
Okay.
But but yeah, you
oh god, Bohemian Rhapsody is hipster then? Oh my god.
Oh god. Hipster Rhapsody. Someone needs to make that.
Okay, that needs to be made. That needs to be made.
God. We'll talk about that later.
I guess.
Hipster Donald has to make an appearance.
Yes! Yes! He needs to be the main singer. No, he'll sing all of it. He'll sing every part of it.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Yeah, that might. Yeah, I probably would want some variety, but.
Yeah, but so it's interesting. Like speaking of people breaking the law,
the movie version.
Yes.
I mean, it's good imagery, but.
Oh yeah, I love the imagery. Like it's great fucking cinematography. The way the camera like pans around the fire escapes and everything.
And all the eviction notices flaming and falling from the balconies from the fire escapes. And I thought, and I imagined like this case where it's like, well, like an alternate version where they accidentally burn down the building and themselves with it. The end. 525,000.
Oh my god. I can just imagine, like, just an old lady or something, just, like, getting burned by one of the falling eviction notices and them all just ending up in jail. Again, 525,000. It'd be like Seinfeld. Oh god. Oh god.
Yeah, and the fire spreads throughout. Like throughout the rest of New York, and even gets up to maybe Canada too.
Oh no! It spreads to New Jersey. Fucking
throughout the whole country.
America's on fire.
Throughout the whole country, it even gets over the oceans down to Europe. 525,600 minutes.
Oh god.
Oh, that was a bad Brit impression, but
yes, that was.
It spreads all over the world, and then it spreads into space somehow, and the entire universe is engulfed, and this is just getting so silly.
Wow. But in all seriousness, it is like we said, it is a really cool image. It's just kind of like out of nowhere because it's like in the play they do kind of mention that they burn shit in the trash cans.
Yeah, and everyone is doing it.
Exactly. Everyone. It's like, it's so synchronized. It's like, oh, hey, it's Thursday. It's burn the eviction notices day. Everyone
got
this all memorized.
It's what? Christmas Eve. We do it every Christmas Eve.
Yeah, it's like an annual thing.
Yeah, burns the papers like flaming eviction notices, la 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 burn.
Oh god. It's interesting because I have seen like high school productions of this where they try to reproduce this. It's like they like throw paper down and then it's like there's like red lights twinkling down a wall.
Okay,
fire, I guess.
Okay, just in theory, that doesn't sound too bad. In practice, I don't.
It didn't look too good. It was very awkward. It was just like, hey, we're trying to reproduce the scene from the movie. Yeah! Look at our shitty budget. Oh, God. Okay, but moving on. We're spending way too much time on this one little thing.
Damn you, Chris Columbus. You make us go off on these things.
Yeah, fucking Chris Columbus. By the way, how weird is it that the guy who directed Home Alone 2 Lost in New York directed the Rent movie? What are the odds?
Yeah.
One thing.
Okay, seeing as he directed the Harry Potter ones too, not to stretch the joke out further. Like if they're doing it at Hogwarts. The castle.
I have a feeling the burning eviction notices thing is going to become a running joke now.
Yeah. Oh God, I know a future podcast where that could come up.
Oh God.
But yeah, okay, let's see. Yeah, let's just see Harry Potter do.
Hey, monkey.
Yeah.
We're not gonna pay. We're not gonna pay.
Wait, is there a visual joke you're doing with this? Because you're still.
Oh yes, I'm actually literally lighting a piece of paper on fire right now. And I'm trying not to.
Funny story I remember hearing. So.
Okay, yeah.
So I guess at some production there's the stuff like how we gonna pay? How we gonna pay? Someone in the audience was like, who's Howie? Why is he gonna pay?
Oh God.
Anyway.
This piece of paper that I have on fire is still burning, and it's very disconcerting because it's just like it's not out of control or anything, but it's like.
Okay. I'm gonna find
Jesus
this.
Christ.
Go on the YouTube and find this. Find
what?
This paper burning that you're doing now.
Oh yes.
We can keep talking in the meantime, but.
This is like I can't put it down. I just have to hold it up, and it's just slowly burning away. I'm kind of terrified right now. It's like holding dynamite.
Oh God.
Do you see it?
Damn it, Chris Columbus!
Chris Columbus, why do you make me do these things? This is like literally like.
You have. I see something. You had a number 4 with paper. There's some small orange.
It's from the top 10 animated. Oh, there it went out. Okay, we're good.
Oh, it's out.
Yes. Whoa. Number 4, Sierra and Cody from Total Drama World Tour. Yeah.
But are they gonna pay?
What? Are they gonna pay? I don't know.
Judging by the song, probably not.
Probably not. Oh dear. Okay, but seriously, we should probably move on from that song. Oh God. Okay, so then we come to You Okay Honey, which is Cullen's and Angel's introduction. Yeah. This scene is kind of butchered in the movie because in the movie, basically Angel is just kind of like on a street corner banging her drum. And then, well, actually, he's not in drag yet, you know, much like in the play. And, you know, so he's just banging on the drum, but he's just sitting on a curb. He's not in the tree. And it bothers the living hell out of me that Angel's tree is not in the movie at all.
Yeah, I get that.
Because it's such a cool idea. The fact that this, you know, that this guy who's just living on the street would come up. Like, that's basically the whole point of Angel's character, to find excessive positivity in the shittiest of circumstances. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so for him to, you know, so I believe that tree really kind of signified all of that. And I don't know, I think it's a shame. I really do. I think that's one of the biggest things that was lost, because the tree is literally in the final scene in the play. It's a big, iconic part of the play. It is just gone. It's just nowhere in the movie.
That set piece in general.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. And it's a shame, because I think it would have looked really cool in the movie, because it's essentially just a bunch of bike parts and Christmas lights, from what I gathered, and stuff like that. Just kind of loose spare parts of things put together with Christmas lights. So cool. But anyways, yeah, in the movie, Angel just kind of comes upon Collins in an alley. Collins doesn't walk up to Angel, which is a change. And, and then they kind of just, like, awkwardly sing through lines or awkwardly talk through a song, which is one of the big problems I have with the movie, is that it's just like, Angel's just like, oh my god, honey, are you okay? And then Collins is just like, I'm afraid so. Angel's like, did they get any money? Collins is like, no, had none to get. You know what I mean? It's awkward because it's like, why don't you just make this a song? Because you're literally just reciting the song. And it's a short song.
Film Broadway too. There was a spot or two of maybe kind of stuff like that in there where they'll speak it.
Yeah, well, I think it's definitely kind
of like the style of it.
Exactly. By the way, in the play, I very much love the moment where Collins is just like, Angel, he says Angel, and then he puts on his glasses and he's just like, indeed. Just the audience got a real, they're just like, woo! Chemistry and whatnot. But no, seriously, I do really very much think that Angel and Collins do hit it off right off the bat, and it's pretty natural. It's like, of course they have, they're both gay, they both have AIDS, and of course that's gonna, that's gonna bond people right away.
Yeah.
But their personalities just match, and that's very evident right off the bat. So, I love the little bit where Angel, like, just grabs Colin's hand and just drags him off at the end. And I do not take no. Oh, God. Oh, so good. Okay, so, and one of the other, not to go back to the Stam song again, but one of the other things about Rent, the song, is Benny just kind of shows up, and he shows up, he makes an appearance, he's like, yo, land in the sand would then make a stand. And then, what the fuck happens to Benny? Where does he go? What's he doing? Is he just wandering around the whole time? Is he just, like, in a daze? Is he just like, oh my god, all these eviction notices?
Maybe he went to Rio and came back.
Oh, God. Oh, and also, just, god damn, I hate to keep bringing this up. I hate to keep going back to the song. It is a big song, though, but, in the movie, they cut out all the side conversations that are happening in the song, like with Benny, Benny on the phone with his wife, and then Joanne on the phone with Maureen. And I kind of like that, but one of my favorite moments of that song is when it goes to Joanne and she's like, Maureen, I'm not a theater person. I'll never be a theater person. That, again, kind of a little bit of a fourth wall break. Yeah. I really love how the show kind of acknowledges the theater community and kind of works it into the whole thing. Like I said, art imitating life, imitating art. It's crazy. So yeah, I really like that I'll never be a theater person line. But, okay, so hopefully that's the last time we mentioned that damn song.
Something tells me it won't be.
Yeah. Okay, so now we get to the Rogers big moments with One Song Glory.
Yeah,
what do you think of this?
Okay, I haven't listened to it since I watched it, but I thought it was a nice song. I might need to look at the lyrics so I can
I really like the song. This is my favorite of all the songs Roger does, which is ironic because it's about him wanting to write a song. I actually feel like that's kind of funny. Like, if he actually would have just turned One Song Glory into a song, I think that would have been a hit song. Whereas I think Your Eyes is a nice song. It's pretty. It's good. I think it's the least memorable out of the songs.
Which one was Your Eyes? Does.
The one at the very end. The song that he takes an entire year to write.
Oh yeah.
And I always think that's funny. It's like he belts out this amazing, awesome ballad about achieving stuff before you die. And he doesn't come on, Roger, just fucking write that shit down.
Maybe it's the confusion of living in a mostly sung through universe. Of living in a rock opera. You can never tell when your singing is speaking and when it's supposed to be actually singing.
Right, yeah. Oh god, but the movie also, I just really like. I think one of the big plus sides of the movie is that, of course, it being a movie, they can go off of one stage and actually shoot in locations and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
so this song's all on a rooftop, and I think that's a really good choice. It's just a classic, like, starving artist screaming to the heavens from a rooftop. I don't know, but it's good imagery. And also there's some flashbacks to his relationship and getting addicted to heroin and then getting the HIV positive notice. I'm not a big fan of the flashbacks. I don't know. Okay. I prefer to have it. I don't know. Then again,
it's a movie.
Right. But it's kind of like a show don't tell sort of thing where it's like, I guess it is technically better that they show it rather than just have, like, Mark literally just exposit, like, so son Roger, his girlfriend April left a note saying we got AIDS. But, I don't know, I guess it's kind of...
Film is a visual medium, so...
Exactly. But I guess my one problem with it is that I just really like the song, and I really like the imagery that goes along with it, with him singing on the rooftop, and when they cut away from it, it's kind of like, wait, what? It's kind of a slam cut, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, wait, what's going on now? Okay, but anyways, then we get to Light My Candle. Monkey, I cannot tell you how many times I heard this song in drama class in high school. Oh my god.
I might be able to guess. But...
What do you forget? Gotta light. I know you're shivering. It's nothing, they turn off my heat, but it's just a little weak on my feet. Would you light my candle? Oh god. Oh, I heard it. So this and Take Me or Leave Me were the two
how
big
old
ones.
is Roger?
Oh, it's technically not breaking the law. She's 19. I think Roger's in his...
I know, but I might as well know.
I think they're all in their mid-20s, and that's also another thing that I like about this interpretation of Rent. Like, I'm really glad that they didn't just stick the original actors on stage for the final performance. You know what I mean? I'm really glad they actually got actors who actually look age-appropriate. Because that's one of the big glaring things about the Rent movies, that they're all in their goddamn 30s. And this is a movie about people in their 20s. And they are all obviously in their 30s, including Rosario Dawson, who plays Mimi, even though she's supposed to be 19. So I guess that makes that whole element a little bit more, because if they would have gotten an actress who looked 19 to play Mimi, and then Roger was fucking 30-something Adam Pascal, yeah, that would have been a little bit. I don't know, since Mimi looks his age anyways, it's just kind of like, whatever. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm glad that the movie exists to give us a really good homage to the original cast. I'm glad we can have something that most of the original cast is in that's so good. I'm just glad it wasn't the final performance. And I'm glad that with the final performance, they actually went with the best actors they could get to fit the roles and fit them age appropriately. Because, I mean, Jesse L. Martin, who plays Collins in the movie, and was the original Collins on stage, of course, he just straight up looks like he's in his 40s in the movie. Like, he looks old. And I'm just like, oh my god, like, this is just not working.
Okay, now I'm just imagining... Now I'm just kind of starting to imagine this show with old people playing everybody. Are we gonna pay? I probably could have. I could have done it. Well, like, 525,600 minutes.
I'm trying to think of particularly vulgar lines from La Vie Boheme. Oh, God. To marijuana! Mucho masturbation!
What song is that from again?
What, Mucho Masturbation?
Yeah?
That's from La Vie Boheme.
Ah, right.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so anyways, moving past that, yeah, with Light My Candle, see, I really like the whole interplay between, like, it's just a damn good song. Like you said, I'm kind of surprised that you...
It's kind of versatile. Maybe it is just... Oh, give me a moment. I've got to plug in a charger.
Oh, God, okay. With Light My Candle,
okay,
I really...
But okay, you can respond to this when I, get the headphones back in. But yeah, maybe it is something to do with the film Broadway. But interestingly, Roger and Mimi I didn't really get into them that much. Again, maybe it is, that production. Maybe it's me. I do not know. And hold on.
I don't necessarily think their relationship's meant to be the most stable.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay, you froze for a second. It was scary. You froze like right when you were putting your headphones in.
That is gonna be a terrifying image.
Okay, but to respond to your Mark and or Roger and Mimi complaint, Mark and Mimi, that would be an interesting.
I got the names confused at the beginning, admittedly.
Yeah, but
like there's actually, a couple spots in my notes.
Speaking of Mark and
Roger.
Speaking of Mark and Roger, just individually as characters, I think like these are just two damn good lead characters. They're almost kind of like a Cunningham and Price in a way that they're just kind of diametrically opposite of each other. Of course, it's played, much more seriously than Cunningham and Price, of course. But I don't know, but it's funny because it's like when I was a teenager, I could definitely relate way more to Mark, and now that I'm in my 20s, I can relate way more to Roger. I think maybe that's because Roger's just grimmer and just has like kind of a mortality complex going on, which is understandable when you have AIDS. But I don't know. It's just interesting how I mean, I've always liked Roger, and I very much consider Mark and Roger to be just a great pair. But
for all I know, maybe it was because of the production or something.
Okay, well, in terms of Roger's relationship with Mimi, it was never meant to be the most stable relationship.
Okay.
And I think that's kind of the point of it, and I think that's kind of the reason why it resonates with so many people, is that this relationship is bumpy as fuck. And I think even by the end of it, it's like, yeah, they're together, but I'm pretty sure, like, Mimi didn't die there, but Mimi's probably going to die at some point. And Roger's probably going to have to face that.
Yeah. I suppose. We can discuss that. Some more aspects of the ending when we get to the ending.
But, but just, I don't know, I just really think that the point of Mimi and Roger is showing how you can have love for one another and have strong feelings towards each other and still, be on very rocky ground the entire course of the relationship, which I think is something that a lot of people can relate to. It's very much not like just straight up like, oh, I love you and you love me and we're just the perfect couple and we're just going to stick together the whole play. No, it's like they are basically constantly breaking up and getting back together, and I think that's kind of the point. So was that maybe one of the reasons why you weren't getting into it? Is because it was
not sure.
All right.
Now I'm just imagining, like, what if we did this thing, like, if we did this podcast, we have you, who loves the show, me, who's kind of indifferent, and then we had someone who hates it.
So it'd be like the Nostalgia Critics review of Les Miserables. Rob.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh god, that'd be great. What if Adventure Blue Dude just actively hated it? I can't see him actively.
What, do you think Mew would actively hate it, or?
No, I can't see him actively hating it. But it'd be funny if, like, for some reason...
How about Blue Dragon 5?
Okay, yeah, Blue Dragon 5. There we go. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, this Blue Dragon 5 seems like the type of person to be like, I don't get it. They're just swearing and smoking weed the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Actually, speaking of smoking weed, Collins and Angel pretty much are smoking a joint throughout all their scenes in the movie. Which is funny because that literally stems...
What's this? A joint?
What's this? A joint? It literally stems from, like, one line in the actual play, which is, of course, to marijuana! Which, gotta say, love that line. But, I don't know, it's just funny. It's like they're constantly just walking around and just fucking smoking joints. I'm just like, first of all, dude, Like, you're waking bacon that early, your mind's going to be totally hazy. Like, how are you even fucking operating? But I digress.
You digress. And,
God. So where are we? We are on, do you have anything else to say about Light My Candle?
Yeah, maybe things I could say, but I won't.
Oh god, negative things.
Well, you remember, I think it was some point last time we were in a hangout where I mentioned I looked at the notes and the first thing I saw was introductory ass talk.
Yeah. So you don't like that?
I don't know if it means I don't like it, I'm just like, okay.
Okay, well here's the thing, again, this is kind of going back to like, how Mimi and Roger, they really aren't...
Apparently knew each other kind of before, you were saying?
Well, like I said, Mimi went, it's like, it's implied in the lyrics, like, I know you, you're shivering, you look familiar. Roger has been to the club where Mimi works, and that's where he knows her from. And I assume that Mimi has seen Roger because they live in the same building, and she's kind of crushing on him. That's what I assume's going on.
Either way, this is still kind of like their first legit conversation.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I assume Mimi's been crushing on Roger for a while and trying to find ways to, like, start a conversation with him. Okay. And then this is it.
Okay.
So, yeah, from that angle, I definitely like the fact that, like, throughout basically the whole first act, like, especially in Out Tonight, Mimi is just pushing herself on Roger, and Roger's just, like, not having it, and that's just because, of all the shit that Roger's been through. So it really shows, how those two, they're not really that far apart in terms of age, but in terms of maturity level, it's like they're worlds apart. So it's just a really interesting relationship. But I really like for some reason, I've always liked the Spike Lee reference. I hear Spike Lee shooting down the street. Actually, I more like the line about our eyes will just thank God for the moon. One thing about just the songwriting in general, I don't know if it's just the fact that I just am just such a big fan of this, but to me it feels, for the most part, and there's definitely exceptions, but for the most part, the songwriting feels very natural in terms of feeling like conversation.
Okay.
And it's not like people are singing a song, it's more like they're just having a conversation, but they happen to be singing.
Very well.
So I really like how structurally a lot of the time the song will go like back and forth kind of in unexpected ways and whatnot, but okay, so I think we kind of already covered Today for You.
Oh yeah. Right. Oh wait, voicemail number 2. We could maybe touch on that for a moment.
Is that the one with Joanne's parents?
Joanne's parents, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I
remember, I think I heard it for the first time around the beginning of earlier this year. And I have to say, admittedly, honestly, my reaction was kind of like, "What the fuck was that?" I mean, cause, it's this weird unnaturally, it sounds kind of unnatural, like, "Well, Joanne, we're off. I tried you at the office, but they said you were gone. You hear that? It's 2:58." I probably forced myself to make this joke, but I probably forced myself to think this, but almost as if the aliens from Teenagers from Outer Space took up singing. I never knew my mother or father. Well, Joanne, we're off. We tried you at the office, but they said that you had gone, or whatever the lyrics are. I forgot my own lyrics. I will never forgive myself. Anyway.
Oh, well, I just think it's very much. I mean, does it not sound like when you break down just the lyrics? Does it not sound like a voice message that a concerned father would leave his lesbian daughter?
It's not the lyrics.
I know it's the way they're delivered.
Yeah.
But I'm saying I like how the lyrics are very forward in that they don't try to play with any fancy, elaborate metaphors or anything. It's just conversation.
Yeah. Okay.
But
okay.
But one thing I want to note about Joanne's parents in general, they seem so much more chipper in the movie Like, it's ridiculous in the movie because well, I'll save it for Take Me or Leave Me because that's their big scene in the movie. But it's just like they're just the opposite of the parents that they are in this. It's kind of odd. I mean, I guess maybe Columbus took a memo and maybe he was like, well, gee, these parents are just really awkwardly uptight for no reason. Oh, God. Okay, so for Today For You, the only thing I want to mention is that I really love Angel's drumming in the movie version when she gets up on the table and starts drumming on the pipes and shit.
That wasn't too bad.
Yeah, just really good choreography there. I remember I saw an interview with Wilson Germain Heredia, who, played Angel original and movie version, and it was just really short, but he was like, yeah, Chris said that I could just go nuts with the drumming, and I just looked at him and I was just like, really? I was like, oh my god, oh, that's great. So, like you said, I agree with you. The Evita thing has always rubbed me the wrong way, too. I mean, it's kind of like, it's so odd that...
Like I said, you could take it out and it wouldn't affect anything.
Yeah, and Mark literally names his documentary Today For You. It's like, yeah, god damn it, I remember when Angel sang that song about killing the dog, and just touched me right here, man.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I actually think I'll Cover You would be a more appropriate title for the documentary.
Yes. Yes.
Especially because Mark actually, he witnessed Collins sing I'll Cover You and whatnot, so... Oh, God. But, anyways, so let's see. Moving on from that, we get,
You'll See?
You'll See, yeah. I like this song
both, like, twice in the scene, I was kind of interesting how, like, okay, now you give us exposition on Collins and Benny.
Yeah, and once again, Benny's just kind of wandering around until he's just like, oh, now he shows up.
I'm back from Rio. Yeah, speaking of Benny, like, okay, I guess the guy in the filmed Broadway is probably a bit cartoonish villainy, maybe, sort of.
Yeah, he really is. He's very over enunciated in like how slimy and fake he is.
Yeah, but nevertheless, everybody is such an asshole to him.
No, I know, and I think that's the point
call
of the
him
Benny
scum,
character.
Right? At one point.
Oh yeah. They call him scum multiple times. They call him the enemy. They are horrible to him. I think that's the point of his character. He's trying as hard as he can to because it's like, how often do we get into relationships and then, oh shit, the relationship is just totally tearing apart the other friendships you have? It's something that happens quite frequently, and I really like that element of Benny's character. It's like, he is not a bad guy. He's a little overly slimy, a little bit like, out to protect his own image and whatnot, but I don't know. He's a really interesting character for me. Taye Diggs actually plays him in the movie, which is kind of random. It's like, all these original cast members and Taye Diggs!
Well, Taye Diggs was the original, right?
No,
no. Yeah,
Taye Diggs...
I'm positive he was.
Really?
Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure the only two who are different in the movie are Mimi and Joanne.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think you're right. It just so happened that
Taye Diggs.
Taye Diggs was the only one that actually...
the guy who plays him in the filmed Broadway was in the original ensemble.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's interesting about, I don't know, I lost my thought.
Benny?
Yeah, with Benny. It's just just a good character. He's definitely not a villain. Especially because it's like, you can tell he's trying to go out of his way to make things right. It's like he's getting all this shit thrown at him, and yet he's not just like, okay, you know what, get the fuck out. Like, get the fuck out.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess this show doesn't really have a true villain. It's one of those.
I mean, unless you want to count AIDS as the very metaphorical villain. Oh, God.
Let's not. I guess.
Or the drug dealer, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that. I actually wish the drug dealer was in more of this, but I digress.
Yeah.
So anyways, let's see. After that, we get the Tango Maureen.
Yeah, and I have to say, like, that might have been my favorite part of the film broadly, because, like, I thought there was, like, some really great chemistry with Mark and Joanne.
There is, yeah. I love Mark and Joanne's bromance. And that's the best way you can put it. It's a bromance. It's totally a bromance.
It was among some of the best chemistry in the whole thing.
It really was, yeah. It's like these two people.
I want to see more of them together.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's that one moment during the Happy New Year chum where Maureen's like, I can't take them as chums. Wait, did I say Happy New Year chum? I meant Happy New Year song. God damn it. Dyslexia. Where like Maureen complains about like, oh, I can't believe those two are chums, and she does. In the movie, she actually helps Mark get the contract with Buzzline.
Oh,
like oh god, and Sarah Silverman has a cameo as Alexi Darling.
Yeah, it's funny. I didn't know until I was watching the Seasons of Love a bit ago, and it's running the opening credits. I'm like, wait, Sarah Silverman was in this?
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. Yeah, she gets one scene. She's a lot less sleazy than the Alexi Darling in the show. I feel like the Alexi Darling in the show is like maybe one of the closest things we get to an antagonist. Because, oh my god, those voicemail messages she leaves are just like the definition of just like corporate fake suckitude. Oh god. Okay, well, anyways, so moving on.
Wait, so remind me, who calls who Pookie?
Maureen calls everyone Pookie. Everyone.
Did you think Hey Arnold too?
What's Hey Arnold Pookie? Oh god.
The grandmother?
Oh shit! Oh, I just realized that, like, right now. So, no, obviously I haven't thought about it. Oh, God. I love that moment. Pookie, you never called me Pookie. And then Mark, he's just in the back. He's like, something interesting to note in the movie version, it's weird because it's like after Mark and Joanne first start doing the tango and the line you should try it at heels, she drops Mark.
Oh yeah, and then it turns into that.
And then it goes into a really elaborate weird ass fantasy scene. I'm just like, what the fuck, Chris Columbus? Where'd this come from?
It's kind of slightly reminded me of in Hairspray when with John Travolta and Christopher Walken when they're doing their number and they have and they have their little moments like the waltzing and the Spanish dancing.
But I guess Columbus, to his defense, he said he wanted to have that sequence because he wanted to show Maureen before Over the Moon, which I'm not necessarily sure I agree with that because I think her appearance in the play is one of the best fucking entrances for a character ever that I've seen. Joanne, which way to the stage? Accompanied by Christmas music. Oh, glorious. Okay, but anyways, but yeah, Maureen shows up, and it basically the outline of this whole fantasy is that it's like this giant tango line, like a bunch of different people, a bunch of different guys like tangoing with Maureen, and she's got this red dress on, and this is actually a neat little tidbit I found out in the commentary. The red dress is actually completely computer generated over a regular dress.
Huh. Weird.
So yeah, and it's to make it like pop out. And I'm like, okay, that's the way you do visual effects. You know what I mean? Like that is a cool way to do a visual effect that doesn't just like that isn't just like, hey, look, giant robot. Yeah, Transformers dig. I am so not seeing that movie. Although Brad Jones actually said it was pretty entertaining, so I might give it a rental. But I digress. This is not the podcast for performers.
I'm debating whether or not to do a Room reference as we're on the subject of red dresses.
Oh, oh no. Oh god. Well, I mean, it does very much make the red dress an important symbol, much like The Room.
I don't, now after The Room, I don't know. After The Room and that other play that totally stole the thing about ruining the red dress, I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to look at red dresses the same way again.
Oh god. Okay, so anyways, then we get to life support. This is one of the more kind of mellow songs. It's interesting how it's kind of, they have the life support going on kind of like at the top level of the stage.
Yeah, and then there's that one guy down on the bottom.
Right. So I think that's kind of interesting how they structure that, where it's like, it's like they have the life support and then the people asking the questions are down on the bottom, kind of. So it's just a neat little kind of theatrical thing. I don't know. I don't have much opinions on this song, but I do like the way that the life support meeting comes back. So
when was it back?
It comes back during Another Day.
Okay.
And I think when it comes back,
that's like almost. It's not very long afterwards, though.
No, you're right. But the one thing is, I really Mark's awkwardness when he enters the room. Oops, sorry, excuse me. Oh, I'm not. No, I don't have. I'm here because I'm with Mark. Mark, I'm Mark. I'm like, oh my god, that's how.
Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark. But
yes,
that is how I enter every room ever. So that just gives you a taste of my social awkwardness. All right. So, anyways, then we get to
what was that?
Out Tonight.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Okay. Yeah. So I wonder, especially in like the emotional stuff and the subject matter, what it must be like must be quite an experience being in the cast of this show.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, for sure. Because I mean, it's really heavy, but it's also it's one of the most positive and uplifting things, like works of art in general, for me personally, that I've ever experienced. I don't know if that goes for you. I don't think it goes for you, because you don't seem to be nearly as affected by it as I was. But
no, probably not.
For me, it's just taking what life has to throw at you and just running with it, and just it doesn't really offer any answers, but it's not really supposed to. It's life. But anyways, there's that weird humming noise in the background again, and it's gone. Okay, so anyways, we get to Out Tonight.
Right.
This is probably one of the most straight up just rock songs in the whole play. Like, really, it feels like something that Stevie Nicks or someone would sing. Oh god. What do you think?
It exists.
Yeah.
I wrote in the notes maybe if I didn't already know that it was Mimi who was saying it, I might not have recognized that it was her exactly.
Right. Are you saying because of the costume?
Maybe we haven't seen her in a while, so.
Yeah. I mean, the characters you kind of get spread out, but I feel like the characters all, I mean, they're spread out, but I feel like they all get their moment and they all get their song. So I feel like the character distribution is good, but let's see. I love this. I love the line in the city I've got to roam, can't sleep in the city of neon and chrome. Feels too damn much like home, where the Spanish babies cry. So let's find a bar so dark we forget who we are, where all the scars of the nevers and babies die. Oh, that's just poetry to me. I love that line. I love that line. Oh God, and it's just so passionate. And I love the way that she delivers it. Like she's like scratching herself when she says scars. It's like, oh God, good. It's so good. And it's interesting. It's like, because with the movie, we actually go to the cat scratch club, and she does this big whole sexy routine with a bunch of other girls, and it's a little bit gratuitous and uncomfortable when you realize this character's only supposed to be 19. Because there's quite a lot of crotch shots. Let me just say that. Oh God. But then she leaves. So it's like the play kind of sets it up the same way. Like I like how the sets, again, they're very minimalistic. Like it just uses the fire escape as the stage for the catwalk for the cat scratch club. And then kind of she gradually makes her way over to Roger. You know what I mean? So it kind of does show that kind of transition from her at work to going to Roger, but just very minimally. So interesting. And then anything else about that song? Or
there's one thing, but there is kind of one thing, but that's for a specific future podcast.
Oh my God. Okay, well that makes me really curious. Okay. So then we get to.
Say it involves auditions.
Oh God. Okay. 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 So then we get to Another Day. I again really like this song. I think Roger and BB's big songs kind of both go together really well. Like one song, Glory, transitions really well into Light My Candle, and same thing with Out Tonight going right into Another Day. And of course, this is the big song where No Day But Today comes into play, which is, of course, one of the major taglines of the whole play. Mm-hmm. One of the big slogans. Like, you see that on t-shirts and shit all the time.
Okay, I just thought of something. Forgive me for breaking from the story, because this is more a thing about the original Broadway production, but this was like the first one to offer like a lottery or rush tickets, yeah?
Oh yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, I really like that concept. You want to talk a little bit more about that?
About rush and lottery?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like
just how the system worked.
Okay, so my experience is so let's say rush, you can show up a while later and get cheaper tickets. Maybe the seats will be cheaper, like partial view or something, but that.
No, actually, with rent, it's front row.
Oh, rent is front row. Okay.
Yeah.
It varies from show to show. Like, I would assume with from show to show, or lottery, you can show up 2.5 hours beforehand, put your name in a barrel, then they'll draw it later, 2 hours before showtime, and you can get cheaper seats, like maybe it's
$20 seats in rent's case.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and again, seating depends, partial view or front row.
Right.
Yeah,
but I think, and the reason why Larson did that is because he just didn't want to prevent anyone from seeing this.
It. Yeah.
And I think that's just, first of all, on my budget, I do not have $20 to go spend on a fucking play. I wish I did, because there's some good theatrical stuff locally in my area. I actually think there's a version of Once playing locally.
Oh yeah, Once is touring.
Yeah, and I actually think it's in Santa Rosa, and I'm like, shit, I wish I could actually go to that, but I don't have money.
Yeah, funny.
So fuck you, Jonathan Larson. $20 is not
enough.
I should not say fuck you, Jonathan Larson. On this
oh god. Yeah, kind of funny you said that. I think Rush is gonna be. But in August I might try. I've been thinking I might rush it. Yeah, because I say rush because I feel like it's not one I want to do more than rush price, but
sure.
Yeah, I've rushed a few shows near me. I've won a lottery once during my Broadway trip, so.
Nice.
Yeah, maybe that might be a story for another time, but.
The one thing with Once is that I'm sure it's an amazing performance. I'm sure it's great. But I have such an emotional connection to the movie, and they cut out some of my favorite songs from the movie. And I'm just like, no, why?
I get you.
I love the concept. I love the fact that everyone's playing their own instruments and whatnot throughout the whole thing. That is really cool and innovative.
Yeah, of course, it's not the first show to do that, but
Well, yeah, but it's still. I really like the idea of it, though, especially for Once. It fits with Once, but yeah, like I said, I just got so attached to the songs in the movie and the fact that they changed up the soundtrack so much. I'm just like,
Yeah,
what?
I've never seen the movie, so.
Oh, you should. Oh God. Oh, fantastic fucking movie. One of the best musicals ever. I can't recommend it enough.
Okay.
But anyways, so going back to Rent. Oh God. So yeah, another day. So interestingly enough, this is another time where the movie and the play kind of go in different styles. Like with the play, I really love it how it cuts back to the support group and they're kind of just doing their little motto or whatever. There's only now, there's only here. And it just gets so intense, you know what I mean? It's like the support group people are really into it, and then Roger and Mimi's argument is really escalating. It's just a really great moment in the show for me. I really like it. And in the movie version, it's a little bit different because in the movie version, it's literally just like Angel, Collins, and Mark are just kind of walking back from the support group, and then Mimi's outside, and it's kind of awkward. It's like because Columbus wanted to get the "No Day But Today" chorus in there, but he couldn't figure out how to. So it's like, well, let's just have Angel, Mark, and Collins kind of pop up out of nowhere. It's like, yeah, okay, that works. Oh God. Oh, and also the movie is not in real time overnight, which I think
it's like a week, right?
It's Christmas. It's Christmas Eve to New Year's Eve, I believe.
Yeah, and Act 2 starts on New Year's Eve, yeah?
No. It starts on Christmas Eve, and then I think La Vie Boheme is on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, so like a week.
Wait, I could be wrong with it. No, I don't know. The timeline's a little bit fuzzy, but it doesn't really matter. They cut the Happy New Year song out of the movie entirely, so it doesn't really matter. Because I was going to say the Happy New Year song would be the one thing that would throw that off, because in the Happy New Year song it implies that that everyone's been together for about a week. But okay. Anyways, let's see.
Anyways.
So yeah, that's basically all I have for another day. I really, just a good song, good ballad, and whatnot. I really like the guy who plays Roger in the film performance. First of all, he reminds me of Trevor A. Just the structure of his face and his hair and everything. What do you think? Do you get a Trevor vibe when you see him? Oh dear, I can't hear you.
Oh, wait, can you hear me now?
Yeah, what was that? What did you just say?
I'd have to look at it again, but I'd probably see where you're coming from.
Well, to quote The Room again, they both have a baby face.
Yeah, we need to get Trevor Ray on here again.
Oh God, yeah.
Someday.
He's like been in Disney World for like a fucking month, it seems. Because I keep seeing him post pictures and stuff. I'm like, God damn, Trevor, are you just like renting a condo there or something? Like, what's going on? Oh God. Okay, so yes, we would probably get back to it. Okay, then we have
he burning the eviction notices from his condo there and throwing them off the balcony.
Now I want to Facebook message Trevor, and I'm like, you should like post a picture of you burning your hotel bill over a balcony.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, why? I'm like, no, trust me, just go for it. Just go for it. And I totally use that as a thumbnail for this video. Oh God. Okay, so anyways, we get to Will I. Yeah, will I? It's kind of repetitive a little bit. Will I lose my dignity? Will someone care? Will I wake tomorrow from this nightmare? Poignant, sad, it's definitely a message. I feel like the point of it is that it's kind of a unifying message in that, like, we might think at times that we're the only ones stressing out about life, but really everyone has those kind of thoughts, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's kind of the point of the song, and I really do like the build-up to Roger getting out of the house. That's never in the movie. Like, Roger's agoraphobia is never addressed in the movie at all, but it's a big part of his character in the first part of the first act. And so the moment where he actually gets out and leaves, it's a really powerful moment. So I really like it. And then, but I'm not a big fan of the song itself, though. And then we have On the Street. And
I gotta say,
yeah,
the homeless lady in this, possibly my favorite character in the show. Like, there's no homeless lady, kind of awesome.
She is kind of awesome. Yeah, you're right. And it's interesting.
Homeless lady's awesome. Sorry.
It's interesting. She's actually called the Bag Woman, and she kind of reminds me of the Bird Lady from Mary Poppins in a way.
You said Bag Woman, and I almost immediately thought Mary Poppins.
Oh God.
I almost said feed the birds tuppence a bag.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Now let's just replace this character in Rent with the Bird Woman from Mary Poppins. You have the Bird Woman from Mary Poppins doing this bit.
Who the fuck do you think you are? I don't need no goddamn help from some bleeding hot cameraman. My life's not for you to make a name for yourself on. And then Dick Van Dyke comes up. Easy, sugar, easy. He was just trying to use me to kill his guilt. It's not that kind of movie, honey. Let's go. This plot is full of motherfucking artists. Okay, that's beautiful. I don't know why the Bird Woman's voice is so soft, but that's what I came up with, so there you go. Oh, we could have a lot of fun with different characters playing different roles.
Yes.
Oh God. Speaking of which, we gotta give Tommy a role. We gotta give Tommy a role.
Okay, I'm not entirely sure about this one. Angel?
Oh God. Today for you, tomorrow for me. Today for you, tomorrow for me.
Adds a new meaning to Hi Doggy.
Oh God. Oh God. I was out on the street where I met my sweet his a man girl on the cold concrete. The nurse took him home for some kid-a-crawl, and I dressed his wounds, get him back on his feet. Say it, today for you, tomorrow for me. Today for you, tomorrow for me. I said today for you, tomorrow for me. Today for you, tomorrow.
So is Mark gonna be Mark?
Oh, of course Mark is Mark. Of course. That just... Oh, God. Oh, God. People, is this any way to start New Year? We should be happy. It's Memorial Day. Get out and celebrate. So does
Angel have a full Thanksgiving dinner every November?
I wouldn't think so because he's homeless, but...
He'll find a way. He's Angel. Or she's Angel.
Yeah, well, anyways, we could just go on and on about Tommy Wiseau, but... Which we usually do, but yeah, I do really like that moment where, in all seriousness, where the bag woman lashes out at Mark and she's like, "Who the fuck do you think you are?" You know, it's just, I love the facial reaction on Mark. It's really the first moment in the play where he comes to questioning his lifestyle a lot, but it's really like, okay, I really need to take a look back at what I'm doing because I'm just basically kind of filming these people and doing it for my own gain. In fact, there's actually a really good bit in the movie version of the life support scene where the guy's trying to give his testimony and he just sees Mark's camera and he just gets all nervous and just stops for a second. It's really subtle, but I really like it.
Sounds like a good moment.
Yeah, because Mark, he's just sitting there and just like, you know, and of course the camera's a great prop because it's got that little handle that's constantly spinning, and that's used to great effect in the movie, I might say. But oh God. So anyways, Yeah, it's just a really good moment, and oddly enough, the bad woman is also the character that sells Angel Collins' coat. So I think it's interesting that she turns up again. Like she's
or maybe it's
really
just the same actress.
No, I think it's implied to be I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know.
Possibly. That's a good question. That's a good question. Well, anyways, then we get to Santa Fe.
Yeah, let's just know they have, like... What do people from Santa Fe think of this show?
Well, I mean, doesn't it kind of promote Santa Fe as being kind of awesome?
Nevertheless. Like, either way, I suppose.
No, okay, actually, I have 3 very close friends who all fucking pulled a Roger and moved to New Mexico. I am not even joking about that. Like, there is something about New Mexico that just fucking draws people to just be like, fuck it, I'm going and move it to New Mexico. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, that just gave new meaning to Santa Fe for me. I'm like, what? What's happening? Rent is happening in my life. What the fuck is going on?
But do they take the left at Albuquerque?
I could not tell you that. I do not know. I was not there when they traveled there. But but this is...
I'm just imagining now they travel there by tunnel like Bugs Bunny.
Oh, or Roger traveling there by tunnel.
Okay, who is Bugs Bunny in Rent?
No. Roger just driving his car in a tunnel. Just like he just drives his car into the ground and starts tunneling his way into Santa Fe. Oh god.
Maybe Bugs is Benny.
Yeah, I think Bugs could be Benny. Yeah, that makes sense. Because Benny does kind of have that sort of like "what's up, doc" kind of wise ass attitude to him. But oh god, we're like not even through the first act yet. Oh god. So Santa Fe is my favorite. It's probably my favorite change that they made from the play to the movie. I do like the chorus of homeless people in the play, but then again, I think it's a little bit awkward considering the homeless people were just chastising this group of artists, and now suddenly they're just like, yeah, we just chastised them, but god damn it, they can sing, so we're gonna do backing vocals for them.
Maybe it's different homeless people.
No, it's literally the same homeless people. It's like,
okay.
Like the blonde chick that asked...
Like I said, my memory's a bit spotty. But...
The blonde chick that asked Mark for $1 then goes and starts dancing in the background. I'm like, okay, what the fuck? That's a little inconsistent.
I don't know. When I did Les Mis, like some of my roles were like 2 different poor people. They were pretty much the same costume. I just changed how I tucked my shirt in, basically.
Oh god.
Like one I left it untucked, one I tucked it in a little. Same costume, different characters.
That's amazing. That's fucking amazing costume design, Monkey. You should have won an Oscar.
I know. One thing where I was playing some totally different character and all I did was add a vest. And then I used the same vest later for when I was a revolutionary.
Oh god. Oh god.
But anyhow.
Yeah, but the movie actually this song actually takes place on the subway. And god damn it, I love this sequence. It's so creative. It's so energetic.
If I knew the melody of that singing on the subway song from Hey Arnold, I would totally launch into it right now.
Well, I always
out of my house!
I always think of Family Guy.
If that guy was in the subway.
Oh god. I always think of Family Guy's riding on the bus, riding on the bus, riding on the bus. But no, but seriously, like I just it's so creative. Like Chris Columbus, he makes some extremely boneheaded directorial choices, most of which I'll get into in the second half, cutting Goodbye Love in half. Yeah. But in all fairness to the man, he makes a damn good-looking movie, and he has some really creative choices with where to set the songs. Because with Santa Fe, I mean, like, the choreography is just seamless, Monkey. Like, you should really watch it if you get a chance. See the clip, because, you know, it's like they're, like, dancing around. They're, like, spinning on the poles and whatnot, you know? Oh, man, they're, like, doing flips. It's so good. It's really good.
You had me at the bit about dancing on poles.
Yes, they do legit, like, that's in the trailer. There's a shot of Collins just spinning around a pole on the subway in the trailer. But yeah, you should watch it. It's a really good scene. It's, like I said, it's probably the most improved scene visually from play to movie in terms of what they did with it.
Mm-hmm. So it doesn't involve burning eviction notices.
Oh god. Again, I like that
or
imagery,
weird
but
tangos.
It just makes no fucking
giant
sense.
Tangos.
Oh yeah. No, the giant tango I always thought was a little over the top. I like the way they do it in the play a lot more. Yeah. Especially the thing that bothers me about Tango Marine is like literally all Joanne does is just drop Mark, and then he just goes into this over-the-top fucking fancy in his head. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Maybe she dropped him on his head or something, and it made him
even still, it's like, Jesus, it's an elaborate ass fantasy. It kind of, you know what it kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of that moment in the Disneyland Fun sing-along where the kids are looking at the Haunted Mansion, and they're like...
I wonder what happens at night.
At night. And then it's like, hey, come on, let's go. Are you going to go or what? You know, it's like, what's that? Is that little girl just spacing out for 3 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, but anyways, we get into Today for You. I really like the banter between... No,
I'll cover you.
Another Angel song. I'll cover you. I'm sorry. I really like the banter between Collins and Mark at the beginning. Like, Collins is like, he'll be back, I guarantee it. And it's like, haven't we all had friends like that where it's like, God damn it, they mean well, but it's like, you just want to be alone sometimes. So it's like, so yeah, this is just, it's sweet, man. It's like, I really do get your point about, yeah, they're only together for a couple hours.
I have this note, like, didn't you just meet? Well, again, yeah, all shook up hypocrisy, so...
And I don't know. I mean, I think there is something valid to, like...
Well, yeah, I think I got more into, like, Collins and Angel than with Roger and Mimi in terms of the people getting together over one night, but...
Sure, right. I can definitely see that, for sure. I don't know. It's just, like the line states, you know, all my life I've longed to discover something as true as this is. And like, they are perfect for each other, and they are such eclectic people on their own, and they're people that, you know, not a lot of general people kind of gravitate towards, and they're in a very specific minority, and I think it makes sense. I really do, okay. Especially because the night itself is so heightened, and they make a big point about how heightened the night is in the second act. Like, you know, Mark makes a big point about how, like, the energy of that night was just, like, off the charts. You know what I mean? Okay, so it was just something about the chemistry. So, but yeah, I don't know. I really do like it. I really appreciate it. I admittedly, it's one of the few things that I think works a little better in the movie, because in the movie, like, at least they give them a few days to kind of develop their relationship. But still, I think theatrically it totally works. So, and then let's see, in terms of, there's not really much difference visually. I mean, in the movie, they're just kind of running around and being all happy and shit, and that's pretty much what they're doing on stage. So, okay, so let's see. After that, we get...
We're Okay?
Yeah, We're Okay. I love this song. This was cut out of the movie, sadly. I feel like a lot of Joanne stuff was cut out of the movie, and I feel really sad about that.
I'm trying to remember. There's something about where they mention, like, Maureen needs a cowbell.
Yes.
In this song.
Yes.
In my notes, I put, needs more cowbell.
Yes, of course Maureen needs more cowbell.
Yeah.
You can take the girl out of Hicktown, but you can't take the Hicktown out of the girl.
Okay, who is Christopher Walken in the... Christopher
Jesus.
Walken is Maureen.
Oh, God. Okay, hold on.
Move with me!
No. I'm going to pull...
me.
Hold on. I'm going to pull up the lyrics to Over the Moon, and we will recite that when we get to it.
Okay. What, as Walken, or...
Yes. The whole thing. The whole fucking thing. Yes. Oh God, I put Over the Moon Christopher Walken, and it just came up Good Night Moon. Good night moon. Good night room. Good night cow jumping over the moon. Please, children, scooch closer. Oh God. Oh God. That's actually my first introduction to Christopher Walken. I had no idea who Christopher Walken was when I saw that, but I was very intrigued.
Yeah. Okay. I have the lyrics pulled up for when we get to that.
Yeah, the lyrics are pulled up. Yes.
Okay. So okay, and then after that is Christmas Bells.
Christmas Bells. This is the biggest song that they cut out of the movie.
It's cut out of the movie?
Yeah, surprisingly. I can kind of understand why. Because, like, for example, in the movie version, Angel buys Collins the coat during I'll Cover You. So they kind of put that whole scene into another scene. You know, they kind of condense it down in the movie. Oh, God. And, of course, this is where we get our first appearance of the drug dealer. And Monkey, there's another very famous drug dealer that you and I are aware of, and
Smoke. I kid.
Oh, what do you think would happen if Chris R played this role?
Just yes.
Just yes. He just gets super into it. Hey, lover boy, cutie pie, steal my client, you die.
Well, I do have to ask, what if it was Smoke?
What do you
Maybe
mean?
they could alternate. Maybe they could be double cast. Some performance.
Really just Smoke?
You know, the Smoke from Cartoon All-Stars.
I wasn't aware his name was just Smoke. I call him George C. Scott because he's George C. fucking Scott.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I know. Maybe they could alternate. Some performances it's Chris R, others it's Smoke or George C. Scott Smoke. But... At this performance, the role of the drug dealer will be played by Smoke.
Hey, lover boy, cutie pie, you steal my client, you die, 'cause it makes
you won't feel good.
Oh, God. No, but seriously, I think the drug dealer is... Like, I think he could have been expanded into almost kind of an antagonist, but he only has, like, 2 scenes, so it's sort of...
I'm not sure I even entirely really caught him. Like, I hardly remember him.
Right,
I just remember in Act 2 there was something with Mimi and a creeper.
Well, that's what he's supposed to be, yeah.
Yeah.
But,
let's see...
So, I don't know.
Okay,
but...
I'm trying to figure out what I mean. Oh, yeah, it's probably just Roger... One of the 2 couples, like... I don't deserve you. Less than 24 hours.
Okay, yeah, that's Angel. That's when That's when Angel buys Collins the coat.
Okay. But you just say buy a coat and I immediately think Joseph.
Oh, God.
So Angel bought Collins a coat of many colors.
Oh, Jesus.
Or no,
okay,
Angel
yeah,
would be
overall...
the one with the coat of many colors.
Oh, yes, he would. Overall, just this song is just, it really builds. It's definitely kind of reminds me of the Act 1 finale from Urinetown a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's just kind of like, it's all these different people kind of getting together, and
if I remember right, there was some like decent editing for the film Broadway in the scene.
Yeah, for sure.
It makes me kind of wonder what it's like to watch it live, but
I don't know. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's...
I think live it'd probably just be, there's just a whole bunch of conversations going on, and it's just kind of spread out throughout the stage.
Okay, I'm assuming this was during this song, but are you familiar at all with Next to Normal?
No.
Okay, so there's this one bit in there, it's like, hey, that kind of section of it, I guess.
Uh-huh.
It really reminded me of this bit that kind of comes up a few times in Next to Normal, like called Hey. It happens a few times. Maybe we'll do a Theater Geeks on that one day.
Perhaps. But anyways, after one of the greatest theatrical introductions to a character ever, Joanne, which way to the stage? Oh God, I love that. Oh, it's so good. It's such a good payoff. Okay, Monkey, are you ready?
Oh, are we doing it now?
I'm just gonna. Do you want to like trade off or what? How are we gonna do this?
Yeah, I guess, yeah, we could trade off like every verse or something. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, okay. I thought you might have cut out for a moment.
Right.
But,
Last night, I had a dream. Found myself in a desert called Cyberland.
it was hot. My canteen had sprung a leak, and I was thirsty.
Out of the abyss walked a cow, Elsie. I asked if she had anything to drink.
She said, I'm forbidden to produce milk. In Cyberland, we only drink Diet Coke.
She said, only thing to do is jump over the moon. They've closed everything real down.
Like barns and troughs and performance spaces, and replaced it all with lies and rules and virtual life. But there is a way out.
Leap of faith. Leap of faith. Leap of faith. Leap of faith.
Only thing to do is jump over the moon. I gotta get out of here. It's like I'm being tied to the hood.
Of a yellow rental truck being packed in with fertilizer and fuel oil.
Pushed over a cliff by a suicidal Mickey Mouse. I've got to find a way.
To jump over the moon. Only thing to do is jump over the moon.
Then a little bulldog entered. His name, we have learned, was Benny.
And although he once had principles, he abandoned them to live as a lap dog to a wealthy daughter of the revolution.
1, 2, 3.
That's bull, he said. Ever since the cat took up the fiddle, the cow's been jumpy.
The dish and spoon were evicted from the table and eloped. She's had trouble with that milk and the moon ever since. Maybe it's a female thing.
That so sounds like a Christopher Walken line. Oh god. Maybe it's a female thing. Because who'd want to leave Cyberland anyways? Wasn't so bad. The dish and the spoon, for instance.
They were down on their luck, knocked on my doghouse door. I said, not in my backyard, utensils. Go back to China. Bong.
The only way out is up. Elsie whispered to me. A leap in faith. Still thirsty?
Parched.
Have some milk. I lowered myself beneath her and held my mouth to her swollen udder.
And sucked the sweetest milk I'd ever tasted. Climb on board, she said.
And as a harvest moon rose over Cyberland, we reared back.
We sprang into a gallop, leaping out of orbit. I awoke singing.
Leap of faith. Leap of faith. Leap of faith.
Only thing
of faith.
Only thing to do is jump. Only thing to do is jump over the moon.
Only thing to do is jump over the moon. Over the moon. Over the moo. Moo. A moo. Moo with me.
Come on, sir, moo with me. Moo, 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 moo. Thank you.
Oh my god. Okay, so that just happened.
And another moment of SYWTBAI history is born.
I feel like one of us should have done that as Christopher Walken, and one of us should have done it as Wisseau.
You had a bit of Wisseau in your voice, if I may say, at times.
Yeah, well, okay.
I think I'm going to stick with... Honestly, I think I might have a preference towards Walken, just in which ones do.
I will always have preference towards Tom Wisseau. I always love doing Tom Wisseau.
Yeah, at times, there are times where I'd go with him, but I don't know. It's Walken. I felt that in this case, Walken was more appropriate.
Alright, fair enough. Okay, just some quick notes on the actual performance. Love the moment where she breaks out into full-on hick mode and she's like, "Not in my backyard, you utensils!" Just really out of character for her and kind of comes out of nowhere in a good way. And
I have this note here, like, marine sanity?
Very questionable. Yeah, very questionable. Oh god. And I also just...
Go ahead.
I think that this moment is like the ultimate fourth wall break in the whole show, where she coaxes the audience to move with her, and I love that, though. I love that, because it really is, like, structurally, it's taken all the way up until this time, and now we, the audience, are fully involved with this, and we, the audience, are a part of it, a physical part of the plot, basically. I love that structure, Monkey. I can't get over how well that works.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I get that.
Okay, and just one quick funny thing to note about the movie version. Oh, I love this. I absolutely fucking shat myself when I saw it.
Why?
Okay, when Idina Menzel is coaxing people to moo, she's like, "Yes! Yes! Let it go! Let it go! Moo!"
Who knew?
Oh my. Oh my.
Who frigging knew? What are the goddamn odds?
Let it go!
Seriously, again, what are the god friggin' damn odds?
Oh, that might have been one of the best moments of my life when I realized that.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, thank you, Frozen. We're never gonna look at the phrase "let it go" the same way ever again.
Yeah. I think we can attest the same thing to the word "awesome" with the Lego Movie.
Perhaps.
Oh god.
More so, I'd say more so with "let it go."
Yeah. But okay.
Like, yeah, anybody says that phrase ever, I almost expect the song to just magically start up.
Oh god. So then we get to the big
yeah, well, I have a thing to mention about Over the Moon. So. Like,
oh yeah, okay, sure.
Like, and his name was Benny. Subtle.
Yeah. I don't think subtlety is not Maureen Johnson's thing. I don't think I don't think subtlety exists in Maureen Johnson's vocabulary. I think that
you could have used a different name, right?
I think I'm kind of going with. I think that's pretty much the point of her character. Everything she does is completely unsubtle.
So Elsie is a real person, then. There's some character in all this named Elsie.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh, who does Elsie represent? Oh, that's a good question.
Maybe a milk factory?
Possibly Joanne, because she sucks her tits at the end. Oh, that just broke you. Oh my.
Anyway.
Okay, so you're ready to move on to La Viva M?
Okay.
Alright, so...
I kind of mean this sort of humorously, but if anybody asks me, like, hey, what's the definition of overreaction? I might be tempted to respond, La vie bohème. Like, Bohemia's dead. Major chord. We've come to the and then he's like on the table and everything.
But it's
dance
glorious. Number. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I guess. I suppose so, but yeah, nevertheless.
The whole thing is, it's the big breaking point between Benny and the rest of the crew. I mean, yeah, I agree it's an overreaction in general, but I mean, given the whole circumstance, again, Benny has nerve to show himself there to begin with. Oh, and by the way, fun fact, I am almost 99% sure that the man that's sitting with Benny in the film performance is Anthony Rapp.
Yeah.
Who played Mark in the original.
But isn't Anthony Rapp Mark in the movie, too?
No, I'm saying the film performance.
Oh, film performance, okay.
Yeah. And yes, Anthony Rapp is Mark in the movie.
It's
yes.
kind of funny, because if I may mention some sort of funny off topic, like, so I was kind of listening to some stuff from You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown earlier in the month when, like, from the recording where Anthony Rapp is Charlie Brown.
Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, man.
So I'd be wondering, like, okay, so when I get to Rent and there's stuff with Anthony Rapp, am I just going to be thinking Charlie Brown? Okay, yeah, let's have Charlie Brown play Mark. What?
Does Anthony Rapp play Charlie Brown? Is that his role?
Yeah. Yeah, he played Charlie Brown.
That's very appropriate because I feel like Mark is in a lot of ways just an adult version of Charlie Brown.
I would say let's cast Rent with the Peanuts characters, but I don't know, we have Dog Sees God already, so putting them in more adult situations seems kind of fulfilled, I'd say.
Yeah.
That might be something to do with Theater Geeks on one day, Dog Sees God.
I'm actually very interested in doing You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. I'm very interested in that.
Yeah, maybe we should do that sometime soon.
For sure. But, okay, so La Vie Bohème, yeah. Just really incredibly well written. Let's see if I can recite the first verse off the top of my head.
What is it? I have this note, like, I expect him to moonwalk on table.
That'd be awesome. Oh my god.
And I don't remember what made me write this, but I have this note, like, you're in public, right? I'm not sure what made me write that, but go on.
Well, I mean, okay, well, they are kind of, like, openly smoking weed. That's the one thing to me that kind of gets to me.
Well, if they're already burning eviction notices, then...
But I mean, it's like, you know, they're lucky to be in that cafe in the first place, and the college is just like, all right, I'm going to smoke up a J to marijuana. It's just like, really, Collins? Really? Oh, God. And again, in the movie, it's like that joint gets, like, passed the fuck around during the song. It's actually kind of glorious.
To quote Hair, roll, roll, roll your joint, tie it at the end.
God.
Merrily take a puff and pass it to a friend.
Oh, boy. Okay, so let's see. Today's of inspiration, playing hooky, making something out of nothing. The need to express, to communicate, going against the grain, going insane, going mad. To love intention, no pension, to more than one dimension, to striving for attention, hating pretension, hating convention, not to mention, of course, hating your old mama and dad. To ride in your back midway past the three-piece suit, to fruit, to no absolute, to choice, to village voice, to any passing fad, to being an us for once instead of a them, la vie bohème. Flawlessly written, my friend. It's just like, it rolls off the tongue so well. It is so insanely catchy. I just love everything about this song, except, I don't know, I could kind of do without Angel and Mimi's whole dialogue about leather and dildos and whatnot. It kind of makes it a little bit awkward when I'm listening to this, like, on my iPod in public and that comes up. You know, because it's like, I listened to the first part really loud, but then it's like, I don't want people to hear through my headphones, like, to leather, to dildos, to... Like, yeah, no. Of course, the line, why Dorothy and Toto went over the rainbow to blow off Auntie M. Jonathan Larson always considered that the most important line in the whole play. So, yes, just something to note there. Why
do you think he considered it the most important?
Probably because that's kind of the point of the whole show, is just letting your true colors fly and not bowing down to the face of authority and whatnot. It's just kind of, and of course the rainbow being the gay symbol and whatnot, and there's a lot of homosexual characters and whatnot, so I'm sure that has something to do with it. But I think it's, like I said, it's more just kind of like owning what you are and not letting anyone get in the way of that, which is really the big point of this whole thing. So yeah, and then I do really like all the all the performances that they're doing near the end of the song.
Isn't it somewhere in this where it's like Marines with another woman?
Yeah, and she's like, I mean, it kind of happens a lot in the play. It's just,
wasn't like, especially in the second act, like Maureen and Joanne just keep breaking up and getting back together over and over.
It's ridiculous. Like I said, there's definitely a lot of problems in the second act.
It takes place over a year, I guess, but nevertheless.
But I don't know. Yeah, I really like, and Mimi Marquez will perform her famous lawn chair handcuff dance backwards to the sound of iced tea being stirred. I just like in that moment, I kind of feel like everyone's just kind of getting to know everyone else, kind of embracing everyone else. And of course, you gotta love. And Mark Cohen will preview his new documentary about his inability to hold an erection on the high holy days. And very graphic use of the camera lens in that scene, because Mark very much makes it look like a floppy little penis. Oh God. And then
Why does that seem like as bit of symbolism Wisseau might use?
Wait, what?
I know, for some reason, for some reason I almost feel like that's something Wisseau might use, that bit of symbolism.
A camera.
I don't know.
A camera lens being phallic.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe I'm just really over-stereotyping Wisseau. I'm sorry, Mr. Tommy Wisseau.
Oh, a camera lens, it has very sexy features, very suggestive content.
One moment.
Oh God.
Keep going.
Camera lens, it's very evocative, and it calls to mind so much. Oh, I thought you were gonna get a camera.
I guess he doesn't like what I said.
Oh yes. Oh, I like the camera. Okay. Oh God. Okay, so
I'm just imagining in his rampage. Why so? Go on, guess. Guess what he does in his rampage, in his room destruction rampage.
Fucks the camera?
No. Burns his eviction notice, throws it out.
Oh God. Yes. Okay. No. Someone needs to splice together footage from that song in Tommy's rampage. Oh my god, I have a new editing project. Holy shit, that would be amazing.
Yeah, here's a drinking game. Watch this podcast and take a shot every time we bring up the burning eviction notices.
Oh dear God.
Warning, you may die.
Oh, I'm sure there are other things that we bring up that are worse than that.
Yeah, I guess so.
The erector set. I almost said the erection set.
It's like some weird porno. You wanna
starring that Imagineer?
Oh God!
Hey baby, you wanna go down to my basement and play with my erector set?
I was gonna say you wanna come up to the attic and see my erector set, but pretty much the same thing.
Okay, you know what? I'm sending that to Adventure Blue Dude on Facebook, and we're gonna get his live response.
Okay.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh my god. Okay. I'm just gonna send him a Facebook message. Hey babe, want to come upstairs and see my erector? I'm gonna put fucking quotations around the word.
What if he has? He's gonna. Yeah. What if Adventure Blue Dude brings on the Imagineer right now? He turns the tables on you.
Hey babe, want to come upstairs and see my erector set?
Pardon my Blue Dude. Yeah, I got him first.
Oh,
and
God.
something happened to my glasses. Sorry, Blue Dude.
Oh, I very
and
much.
we're still not done with the first act. We're almost there.
He just saw it. He just saw it. Oh God. Oh God. He's typing. Oh God. Oh my God. What? Oh, we are so derailing this thing.
It's worth it, I'd say. It's fun.
I'm frightened by this reference. I'm just gonna say.
Wait, is that his response? I'm frightened?
Yes. He says, I'm frightened by this reference. I'm just gonna say, watch our rent. Oh, God. Okay, so that just happened. Hey, babe, want to come upstairs and play with my erectors?
Well, we'll go soaring over California, if you know what I mean.
Okay, now I have to. Oh God. We'll go. Go soar over. Catch my drift.
Yeah.
Oh dear God. Oh dear God. Holy shit! How did we go from Rent to the Erector set Imagineer making a porn?
That might be the quote of the night. Or maybe that's a quote for the whole channel.
Oh God. God damn you, Mark, and your fucking phallic camera. Oh God. Monkey, you know what?
If Jonathan Larson knew about what just happened.
Oh, Jesus Christ. If Jonathan Larson knew about any of this, I think he'd be rolling in his grave.
Hopefully with laughter at himself. You know, hopefully.
I mean, especially the over the moon stuff. Although, to be fair, that song's meant to be tongue-in-cheek as it is, so...
Yeah, that's the meaning of the over the moon. It's tongue-in-cheek.
Right, Monkey, I actually...
Now, whenever I think of that song, Christopher Walken will come to mind.
I actually think we're going a little too long on this, and if we go through the whole second act, it'll be like 4 hours. Has he responded to the Soarin' Over California thing?
Yeah.
I think he's just ignoring me at this point.
Well, anyway, so
I think it'd be a good idea to cut this in half. Wouldn't you agree? Kind of come back to it, like kind of come back to Act 2.
Or let's just move on now.
Well, I mean, we'll finish up Act 1 and talk about Act 1, but
yeah,
I think with all our tomfoolery in this podcast, I think it's a good idea if we just talk about Act 2 by itself.
We're around 2 hours now, right?
Yeah, but I also have to leave fairly soon. So,
okay.
You know, I'm kind of running on schedule.
Rentcast Act 1.
Rentcast Act 1, yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense.
And we'll find time soon to get to Act 2 then?
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
And especially because Act 2 has most of the structural problems in it, so I feel like there's a lot to talk about there. Mm-hmm. Okay, but anyways, we get...
the first two-parter, I think.
Indeed, yeah. So we get to Mark or Roger and Mimi. God damn, I I'm like subconsciously rooting for Mark.
You're tearing me apart, Roger!
Oh god. Marcus Tommy Wiseau. Oh Jesus Christ. How do we get here?
Yeah, because he's a filmmaker.
No. Since I did this song as a monologue already, I'm going to do this. How do we get here? How the hell? Pan left. Close on the steeple of the church. How do we get here? How the hell? Christmas Eve last year. How could night so frozen be so scalding hot? How could morning dismile be so raw? Wow, entire years strewn on the cutting room floor of memory. Well, single phrase of one magic night. Forever flickered twilight in 3D IMAX of my mind. I'm getting kind of Christopher Walken here. That's poetic. That's pathetic.
What part of the show was that again?
It's Halloween. It's right after
Halloween. Okay, so we're not. Yeah.
How can Mimi knock on? Why did Mimi knock on Roger's door? College chose that phone booth.
Okay.
Back where Angel set up his drums. What Maureen's equipment breakdown? I'm a witness.
You're tearing me apart, equipment.
You're tearing me apart, equipment. Well, I'm eyewitness, and when I capture it on film, look me in the end, and I alone. Okay, that's enough of that. Like I said, the only reason I was able to do that was I actually did that song as a spoken word monologue in high school. Oh god. So, anyways, I do like the whole element of Roger being a bit standoffish towards Mimi, but not really knowing how else to act. Because for God's sakes, the dude has spent like a year inside his apartment. Yeah, I think the thing he's going to do is stand in the corner and play guitar. I can so relate to that. That is actually one of the most relatable moments to me. Is like, because when I'm around a group of people, I am not very socially interactive. I am the guy in the back doing creative shit. You know what I mean? So
yeah, okay.
I know it's a small moment, but I just can really relate to it a lot. But so then I don't know, what do you think of the whole AZT revelation? And they're like, "Oh my God, we both have AIDS." Embrace.
Maybe if I didn't know it going in.
Okay.
And maybe if I was more invested in Roger and Mimi.
Sure. I will admit, I think it's one of the few things that's a bit corny. I mean, with Angel and Collins, it kind of works because it's kind of like, it's not so much the forefront of their entire relationship, it's just kind of what forms their bond, and then it kind of goes from there.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel with Mimi and Roger, it literally is like the crux of their relationship. Maybe that's kind of the point. Maybe that's why Collins and Angel are definitely meant to seem like the more stable couple. So, I don't know. It's interesting. But just to talk really quickly about... Oh, God, what's the fucking song? I Should Tell You. I really like the way it's done in the movie. Because in the movie, they go outside into the freezing cold snow and sing the song. Again, a little fucking cheesy, but I think it totally works in the context of the movie and in the universe where everyone's already singing everything anyways. I really like it. Because in the play, everyone's just kind of awkwardly sitting around watching them, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I think they were.
So it's kind of
like I said, my memory's kind of spotty in some spots, so...
No, I'm pretty sure they are just... Like, all the rest of the people are literally just huddled around watching Mark and Mimi. Or
there's some
Mark and Mimi, god damn it. Fucking, I am just a Mark and Mimi shipper, apparently.
Right. I'm the one who's less familiar with this show, and you're the one who's messing it up. Ironic.
Well, that's not that ironic. Blue Dragon 5 can tell you about me messing shit up. Oh god. But
so yeah, I do have this note, like, who exactly are these other people? Maybe that's what I was referring to.
Okay, yeah, that's interesting. You do have the one blonde chick who's really hot. and she's just an extra, and god damn it, I wish she would have played Maureen, because frankly I don't. Oh, this is gonna sound terrible, but because I hate to judge women based on looks, but I don't necessarily think the woman playing Maureen is that much of a knockout. I'm just saying that given her character, you know what I mean? Like, just given her character, I don't think she is as sexy as she should be, because Maureen is basically the fucking Helen of Troy of Rent. You know what I mean? She is just, like, the ultimate desirable object. So I feel like that hot-ass blonde girl would have been a better Maureen. But then again, the actress playing Maureen definitely captured the character really well.
And like it's Eden Espinosa, right? Yeah, it's Eden Espinosa. So, yeah. That's funny. Another Elphaba.
Ah, okay, nice. Oh god, but yeah.
Ironic, I think the Maureen in the Off-Broadway revival looks like I'm pretty sure it was a Glinda. Huh.
Oh my god, really? Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh wow, that's ridiculous.
I'm just imagining two Marines singing for good.
Oh god. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so just to round it all off, I love, probably my favorite moment in the whole movie is this moment right at the end of the La Vie Boheme 2, where it's like the camera it's like in slow motion, everyone's dancing on the table, Maureen and Joanne are like slowly embracing each other, Mimi and Roger are making out, and then it goes to Mark, and Mark is just like he's just doing this ridiculous twerky dance. It's great. It's fucking awesome. Anthony Rapp in that moment is just amazing. Oh god. And then also I really like the end of Act 1 where, you know, it kind of goes back to Mark doing his Shakespeare.
Yeah, and there was that lighting on him.
Yeah, yeah. And then it's like, the cops are gathered together. A riot breaks out. A tree is set afire. Unbeknownst to all this, Mimi and Roger. It
almost sounded like stage directions.
Pretty much, yeah. Unbeknownst to all this, Mimi and Roger share a small, passionate kiss.
Small. I don't know.
Yeah. I still really like that. I think it's a good way to end things. It's really like, you know, like in the midst of all this shit going down, there's still love. I think that's kind of the point of the whole play. So yeah,
with that people love each other, the world will be a better place to live.
525,600 minutes, 525,000 months so dear, 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year? In daylight, and sunset, and midnight, and cups of coffee. In winter, smiles and measures and bursts. I'm getting the lyrics mixed up. I'm confused. Hi, doggy. All right, so that's that'll do it for Act 1 of our Rent coverage. Quite frankly, I'm not surprised that we went on so long, because it's interesting. I'm glad that you and me have these kind of diametric opinions of this show. Because I feel like in a weird way, if you would have just loved it as much as I did, it would just be a boring discussion.
I guess.
Because I'm just like, oh my god, isn't that great? And you're just like, yeah, that is great. And that doesn't make for fun podcasting.
Yeah.
So
You think if we had a Rent hater on here, it would have gone longer than it has already?
Oh, most definitely. Now I kind of want to get Adventure Blue Dude or Blue Dragon 5 onto the second act show.
Yeah, we'll find someone on here who's a Rent hater.
Oh god. Or maybe I'll just like ask around
maybe
on Facebook.
Sandy Claus is a Rent hater. I almost said Mew hater.
I can't.
Sandy Claus hates Mew for some reason.
Sandy Claus likes My Little Pony, and for some reason I can't see a brony hating Rent. Oh god.
Maybe we'll get Basket Buddy back on. Maybe he hates Rent.
Oh god, if only. That'd be great. I think our closest candidate would probably be Blue Dragon 5. I don't know.
What if Twilight hates Rent?
What I might do is I might just ask around on Facebook. Hey, anyone hate Rent?
Yeah.
But it's kind of heresy because it's like if you're into Rent enough to have watched it, it's like it's the fucking crown jewel of theater, at least in my opinion. I know it's not in your opinion, but okay. Well, anyways, Monkey, seriously, I gotta run. So
okay.
Probably. So let's see. Any last lyrics you want to cover as Tommy Wiseau?
Let's see. I don't know. In terms of covering lyrics, Walken, I'll cover you pun here.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, let's find a thing. What's a mucho masturbation.
Mucho masturbation. Oh, I get it. I'm the laugh. I get the picture.
I'm just imagining like everyone's complaining about their AIDS, and then Claudette pops up. Like, I got the results of the test back. I definitely have breast cancer.
Oh God. Oh God.
What if Claudette was Joanne?
Oh no. Oh no.
You need a cowbell? What do you need a cowbell for? Try doing this in heels.
Oh Jesus.
And she could probably still say, if I were a burglar, you'd be my best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're burning your...
Wait, I think the big question...
You're burning your eviction notices. It's not right. It's not right, Mark and Roger. But go on.
I think the big question is, who is Denny in this whole equation?
Let's see. I want to say Collins for some reason.
Collins? Really?
I don't know. Maybe not Collins. Maybe he's Angel.
I could kind of see that because he's just kind of eccentric and weird, and I just like.
What about Mimi?
I don't know. You know what? At this point, the show's already running.
My candle went out.
Oh God. Oh hey guys, my candle went out. I know you're having sex and whatnot. You know I like to watch, but yeah. Would you like my candle, guys? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Denny is Mimi. Yes.
I'm going out tonight.
I just want to put on this tight skirt and flirt with a stranger. And on that note, good night, everybody.
You're